Welcome to the AME Food Testing Show. Today's guest, Piplu Barua from the country of Bangladesh. His company is Nipro Jimmy Company. It is a Japanese company operating in the country of Bangladesh. His career has been primarily working as a senior executive in microbiology for Nipro, and his duties include monitoring the microbiological analysis of raw materials and finished products. He also has experience in microbiological method validation and growth promotion test of different culture media. He's experienced in preparation, review, and training on SOPs. He has experience in calibration and validation of different instrument needs in a microbiological lab. He's also experienced in procuring laboratory supplies, performing endotoxin tests, performing sterility tests, and other types of inspections and certificates for sterility environmental monitoring. His main emphasis has been in microbiology for many years with Nipro Archaeology Foods, and his academic qualifications include a master's degree in microbiology, a bachelor's degree with honors, and also 2 other science degrees. Now, welcome with me, Piplu Barua, and his topic today will be the very fascinating topic of how does a food microbiological laboratory validate its method for food safety production facilities. Now, welcome with me, Piplu. Piplu?
Yeah, okay.
How are you doing today in Bangladesh?
Yeah, I'm feeling good position in Bangladesh now.
Let's begin with our first topic. What is food production testing?
Oh, what is food production testing? Yes.
Yes.
Food production testing mainly depends on the types of the food production, what types of food that are produced into the production. Okay. And food production testing mainly initiated from the raw material testing to the during production and also the final product. And so mainly it will depend on the type of product. Suppose the background of my experience in the food beverage sector, I can express my experience in that question. Yeah. At first, during the beverage production, the food production testing mainly involved into the acidity test, pH test, and microorganism identification test, and total microbial count test, and that's also involved into the microbiology. Of course, these are the main tests, and also the finished product test.
Excellent. Let me ask you the next question in our agenda. How does an in-house food safety professional determine the need for a microbiological test?
Actually, food safety professionals determine the need for microbiological. It also depends on the types of the production. So how these products are produced into the factory, and there are also many types of factors are also involved into this. That is the in case I can say that there's the CCP, critical control point, is also one of the main factors for the food production. And what types of CCP are related into the food production? We must have to maintain the typical sampling or the scheduled maintenance sampling to that location, and then we can use the sample and take the test into the laboratory, and then final product, of course, we will test into the laboratory. And it will depends on the types of the production mainly.
What types of products are you most familiar with?
Yeah, what types of product? That means that makes sense. Mainly the beverage types of products, and also the food include the juice processing, aseptic juice processing. I have the experience into this area.
Excellent.
Into the food sector.
Yes. What are the steps necessary to validate food bacterial tests?
Into that case, suppose if I access into the SOP juice plant, I have to maintain some of the steps to validate the food test. Like we have to take sample into the the raw materials, and then during the production. During the production means in the interval production, and we have to take the sample after the. There also a step that is called the pasteurization, which is also considered as a CCP, and these are also sampled by the microbiologist, and we have to take sample into that steps, and then we have to take sample another, that is the peeling condition, and also test the final product.
Very good. In your lab, do you have mostly in-house tests, or do you send a lot of tests out to third-party labs?
Most of the in-house tests are mainly the total microbial count. As a microbiologist, I have to take the total microbial count, total fungal count, and total coliform, absence of presence, and types of the presence of the. We have to detect the presence of the pathogenic types of organism.
Very good. What documentation substantiates the validation that you performed on your tests?
Actually, validation, there are different types of validation. If I say the validation for the method, what we are following into the test, method validation, that is called the method validation, and we need the documentation as like at first we need the master plan protocol, and then the master plan report, and then after master plan protocol, then we need the performance qualification protocol, and then performance qualification report, and finally we need the master validation report. For this is only used for the method validation of the test. But if we validate the instrument, we need the different types of documentation like we have to maintain the different types of documentation like the at first DQ, design qualification protocol, then the design qualification report of that machine, then the IQ, installation qualification protocol, and then the installation qualification report, and the OQ, operation qualification protocol, and the operation qualification report, and then the finally PQ, performance qualification protocol, and the performance qualification report we need for the instrument validation.
Very good. It sounds like you have extensive experience in validating your tests that you perform in your food plant. Can I ask you for any other advice that you would give to our 79,000 food production, food quality, food safety, and food security managers regarding in-house tests?
Yes. I also advise one of the case into the food beverage company that when I have to test mainly the milk unit plant, and then in that case one problem has also faced into the plant that all the material, all the milk, final product milk are damaged within the shelf life, and then that is also responsible, and no types of person cannot find what are the problems to remedy this problem, and then all the bosses are suggested me to find out that result, and then I can test from the beginning to the last end to end, and then find out that the pasteurization is the main factor for the process of milk. And what I get into the pasteurization milk, that the temperature are not maintained into that process. That is what recommended for the temperature is that 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, but the pasteurizer did not give that temperature, like the pasteurization temperature set it at that time that 52 Celsius. So these are not pasteurized into that case, but these are not find out by the engineer also, but these are found out by me into the test results. And after getting the test results, I challenged our boss to ensure that the temperature is fall down that into the pasteurizer machine, and then they checked into the pasteurizer and found out that the temperature is the main factor for damaging the milk production, and then they correct that process, and into the last condition the milk was not damaged into the shelf life, and it is okay.
Excellent. As you were talking, I am reminded about one of my main emphasis in food testing, and that is not releasing a product if it is found to be contaminated with bacteria. Do you have any advice to our laboratorians in our audience about test and release and the importance of it?
Oh, yes. Actually, when I follow that some of the colleagues or other microbiologists not follow the same rules of the test, then I challenge with them that these tests are not completed the exact way, but this maybe this is his way, and it also support the different types of guideline like the ISO or USP, and then show or give the documentation to the partners to follow that rules. And this.
And I'd like to thank you for your time. I realize that Bangladesh is quite a ways away from California, but we realize as laboratorians and food safety professionals that strict adherence to laboratory protocols is required in order to keep our customers safe. And I'd like to thank you for your time, Piplu, and have a great day.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, bye now.
Okay, thank you, Andy.